guys, this is Joyce from the Secondhand Disney Bound, and I am so excited to share with you my very first DIY video. And what I'm going to show you today is this super adorable, super affordable, quick and easy Winnie the Pooh DIY ears. So let's jump right in, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make these for yourself. So before I jump into it, I am going to take just a moment to explain the different supplies that I use. I'm going to talk a little bit about the different brands and the different price points. If that's not something that you're interested in, just skip forward 30 seconds or so and you'll get straight to the DIY, okay? So as far as supplies go, there's not a whole lot that you need for this DIY, and I'll walk you through the material selections and why I picked them. As far as what you want to do, you don't have to do exactly what I did. I just found a lot of success with these particular materials. So first thing you'll need is 2-inch pom-poms. I got these off of an Etsy shop called Mystic Needle, and my favorite part about them is they have this little yarn tail. This was not something that I was looking for. It wasn't something that I knew that I needed, but it ended up being extremely helpful at the end when I was attaching the ears to the headband. So Mystic Needle, they're 2-inch pom-poms, they're corn silk, and you can customize the different colors that you want for them. So highly recommend that shop. The next thing that you'll need, and the other supplies that I got were from Hobby Lobby, so any craft store you can get these, but you'll need just simple black headbands. I would not recommend ones that are just plastic because a lot of the glues that you use will have a really hard time adhering to it. So these ones have a satin material on them, and that just makes it really easy to glue other materials to them. For the yarn, I do not have an exact color match, but I have a near exact match. I don't remember what brand this yarn is, but it is a low pill, so it just doesn't show wear over time as much as other ones. And then the last supply that I purchased was this trim, and the trim is just nice to go on the inside of the headband, just to give it a little bit of a texture to hold on to your hair a little bit more. And then the last two supplies you need, I already own these. I have a hot glue gun and I have scissors for cutting the trim and the yarn. So that's my supply list. These are the things that worked really well for me when I was making this. And then the last thing is I like to have a drink with me. I like to craft with some tea or some coffee. That's not everybody's, but that's me. All right, let's jump into it. So the first thing that you're going to do is wrap the yarn around the headband. So we're going to go a little bit on the inside with our hot glue. You're gonna get that hot glue going, there we go. You're just gonna wrap it around a little bit. Then what you want to do is take your yarn and you're just going to start it right here like this. And then you're gonna start just very slowly wrapping it around. Now that you've got it going around the bottom, you're just gonna get a very short line of hot glue so I can start wrapping the yarn up and around the headband. Okay, and you don't wanna go too far because it dries very quickly. And if it dries, it's gonna make your thing a little bit lumpy, your headband. Just gonna start wrapping it around and around. Make it tight, which I already neglected at the beginning, so these aren't as cute, but that's okay. Now they just look kind of like little honeys. Yeah, little honeycombs, that's cute. All right, and so I've reached the end of my glue, so I'm just going to keep going centimeter by centimeter all the way up to the top. There. So now to secure the yarn down, on the inside where I already have the yarn, I'm going to put just a very small line of hot glue, just like so. Come on, I need a different hot glue gun. and then I'm just going to pull the yarn down and hold it in place. So I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut off this eensy little bit of yarn. And now we are going to apply our ears. So this is where I found out the tails come in handy, because what I do is I attach them and I tie them to where I think they will look good. And then I take a quick little break, I go to the bathroom and I check them out in the mirror to make sure they're actually in a good position. And this is nice because with hot glue, there's very little trial and error. So this allows you to just make sure that you like the placement and the spacing, that it's not lopsided on your head, lest you look like a knockoff Winnie the Pooh, which nobody wants. They're in a really good spot. I think they're cute. So I'm going to just pull the yarn through to knot it so that it stays where it needs to be. Okay, so I've got the knots tied. So I'm gonna take a tiny little line of hot glue and I'm just gonna put it around that area to help hold it in place. And again, we're gonna put the trim on so it's okay if it's a little messy. And I'm just going to hold down that side. So we've got them glued down, and so we're just gonna cut off the excess. And again, I am sorry if it is triggering how I use scissors. I just was homeschooled. I never learned how to use them correctly. All right. Snip. Snip. Okay, trim it down a little bit more. Perfect. So now you won't even see those. For some of you, this is where you're going to be done, and that's totally fine because they are very cute. But I like the trim, so I'm gonna add some trim to it. So there's probably a more official way to add the trim to it, and that's totally valid. But for me, I just roll it on the inside. Doop. Because I can trim anything, you know? Like nothing can't be fixed or changed, except the yarn and the ears because they're hot glued down. But once I've got it measured out, okay, I want this much trim. So then I just snip it. Come on. And then, you guessed it, we hot glue. And that's all there is to it. A super fast, simple, affordable way to make your own Winnie the Pooh ears. Let me know in the comments below what I could do differently, what could be better, other DIYs that you would like to see, because I am just now getting started on this. And thank you for watching. Bye.